I texted her, arranged for us to go out on a date. And, yeah, she showed up for the date. She was looking really beautiful, looking really pretty. We went out and it was a very fun day, very fun day. After the date, we just kept talking via text. And then, I was like, hey, let's link up again, And she was like, hey, cool, that's cool, let's link up again, get to know each other better rather than, just texting and stuff like that, She was like, yeah, let's do this again, right? So, I messaged her and I was like, let's meet on this day. And she accepted. She was like, it's all good. The day came. I got up early, I got up like at about 8 to get ready, freshen up, dressed, looking all, looking all dapper, and I really liked her. I thought we had chemistry, we had a vibe. And then, I'm like, yeah, I'm ready, like, what I mean? So, we were supposed to meet, somewhere not far from where I live, cause, we live not too far from each other, so we're supposed to meet at a central location, so I'm getting ready to leave the house, right? And then I just get a message. And then she's like, I'm not feeling very well. I can't make it. And I was like, what? I was like, what? You're telling me now? I'm ready to leave the house. I'm ready to leave the house. Like, I'm all ready. I'm all set. You're messaging me now that, you're not feeling too well, you can't make it. You could have saved me all this effort of getting ready by texting me at least at 8 a.m. or maybe 9 a.m. the max, 2 hours before we meet up to let me know that you weren't going to make it. You waited until it was like 20 minutes to the meetup to text me to say you're not going to make it. And me personally, I took that as disrespect. I have certain principles, and once you cross those principles, now we start playing a whole different game. Now I switch up, I show you a whole different side of me. So when she texted me that, I looked at the message and I didn't reply. I just left it. There's no need for me to even respond to this because now you're taking a piss. I just left it and I went about my day. So she messaged me again in the evening and I responded. I was like, oh, how you feeling? You feeling better? She was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right, cool. And I left it at that. I left it at that, right? So my principle is I'm not going to ask you out again. This time, it has to be your idea for us to go out. Because the first time, that was me that asked you out. The second time, it was me that asked you out and you flaked on me. The second time you flaked on me. So I was like, alright, I'm not doing this again. If you ever want to see me again, you're going to make the effort. If you don't make the effort, I'll take it like you were never really feeling me like that. Alright? So about 2 weeks went and then the girl texted me and she was like, what happened? What I thought was supposed to be going out. And I'm like, wait, is this girl playing mind games? Like, what do you mean you thought we were supposed to be going out? Like, on the day we were supposed to be going out, you flaked out on me. Now you're texting me 2 weeks later, to say what happened to the date that we're supposed to go to. You didn't show up. That's what happened. You didn't show up. Anyways, so I messaged her back and I was like, well, we were supposed to go out. You said you weren't feeling well. So I left it up. I left the ball in your court. If you want to see me again, let me know when you're free. Let me know when you're free. That's what I told her, and then she was like, yeah, let's, we can do this, next week. And I was like, all right, cool. I was like, what day next week? And then she gave me the date. Now I hit her with this. I was like, this time around, you're coming to see me. You're coming to me. You're coming to meet me. I'm not coming to meet you. You're coming to meet me. I say this time around, come to my house. Yeah, come to my house, meet me at my front door, and we'll go out. Because I'm not gonna get ready and go somewhere for you not to show up. I didn't tell her that. But this time I made it whereby I'm not gonna make any effort to leave my door, to go anywhere. You know, if you wanna see me again, meet me at my front door. I'll let you in. If I need to freshen up, I'll freshen up, and then we can go out. But I'm not gonna do all of this just to get a message whilst I'm leaving the house to say, oh, you're not gonna make it. I didn't tell her that, obviously. I just told her, on that day, come to my house, and then we'll go from there. We'll go from my house to where we're going, right? And when I told her to come to my house, to come to me, it's like she went silent. And I was like, oh, okay. It's starting to show. It's now starting to show. Now the truth is starting to come out. So you were all cool and dandy when we were going out and stuff like that. But when it's time for you to make an effort to come to me, you don't want to make that effort. And I was like, well, okay, the silence speaks for itself. So I didn't say anything. I just told her that. And then she was like, she messaged me about maybe 5 hours later. She messaged me and she was like, alright, cool, let's do it. And I was like, cool. I said, message me a day before we go out and confirm whether you're gonna make it or not. Whether you're gonna make it to my house or not. You know? And then I left it at that. And guess what? The day before we were supposed to meet up, you all know what happened. She never messaged me. And I was like, okay, this is the day. She didn't message me. We're supposed to be going out tomorrow. I'm not going to message her either. I'm not going to message you either to ask, because I told you, I said, message me a day before to let me know whether you're still down to go out. You did not message me. So the fact that you didn't message me, that tells me that you never had any intentions to go out on that day. So I just left it at that. And guess what? I never ever heard from her again. You know, I did bump into her again, I would say like 6 months after that. I bumped into her and I was just like, hi, you cool? Alright, you know, how's everything? All good? Have a good day. And I was out. No, nothing. I didn't discuss. I didn't say. I didn't talk about, oh, what happened last time. No, nothing. You good? Alright, cool. See you around. I treated her like one of the homies, man. And yeah, that's just what it is. So this is a story about how it was a false alarm. It was a false alarm. I thought there was something, but there was nothing. It was a false alarm. You know? It was a false alarm. And yeah, that's one of my stories. The thing about me is I share my wins and my losses, you know. So that's one of my losses, and that's the story. False alarm. False alarm streaming on all platforms. Seji Bones, this is the album cover. Check it out. Exit Plan, False Alarm. See you in the next one.